Crochet. Uh, these. How am I supposed to do 3 words? Oh! Hello, everybody! Oh, let me get myself sorted. Wonderful to see you all. You caught me unawares there. It's this technology that Stuart's left me with, and how am I supposed to write 3 words with these gloves on? So I've ditched them. Good to see you all, Buntingtons. Oh, how many of you are here? Now, Fizz has given me something to look at. Where is it? Oh, 40 watching so far. I hope you've had a wonderful coronation over the last 3 days, wherever you've been watching. Some of you are here in the chat room. I think that's what they call it. Is that right, Fizz? I have Fizz in my ear. Literally, she is talking to me live from California. So there'll be a delay to her, and there's a delay to YouTube too. Who knows what will happen? Anyway, welcome. I am Miss Jubilee Bunting, and this is my frock that you've all been waiting to see. Oh dear. Well, it's lovely to see you all. And there are so many of you watching on YouTube and who aren't into the chat. But anyway, let's do some things before. If you've watched before, then you'll know the score. But otherwise, if you haven't, if I press this button here, I think that's right. Fizz, our lovely producer Fizz, she's in the chat room. She keeps everyone in check. She posts the schedule. And boy, the schedule is long. Stuart has left it for me. He can't be here. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm standing in for him. He's volunteering today. It's the big help out today of the coronation, and he's doing teas and coffees down the local village hall at Whackton, down near me, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Bunting Hall in Whackton in Norfolkshire. Yes. So as I was saying, he's left a schedule, and we had a rehearsal. Look at this. Pages long. So long we might go over, probably 9:30, but I hope you can stay tuned for that. But anyway, Fizz is in the chat there. She'll drop the time zones and what's going on. As you can see there, oh no, I need to do this. There's our schedule, what's coming up. But if you're just watching from home, you can still join in. I know the Vata girls are all there. Hello, darlings. Let's hear a big shout out for Bunting. Yes, got it all the way. Hope you're all good. If you're watching from home, shout out. We've got lots of things coming up. Let's take a look. So as you can see there, we're going to kick off showing my outfit. Shall I just do a little... Look. Yes, I hear... Stuart told me that that's what happens at the beginning of his shows. He shows off work that he's done, though I think many people have whispered in my ear and saying that actually it's everyone else that does it for him. Well, it's not as a surprise. So we show off things. So I thought I'd show you my dress in full. I had a photo shoot last week before the coronation at Bunting Hall, where I live. So it would be nice to show you all the things that I'd get up to. But most importantly, show off my dress. So that will be nice. Then we have Guess the Weight. Apparently there was a competition called Guess the Year. Well, I thought we don't want to do that, do we? Because it's the coronation, we are going to guess the weight of the crown later. So stay tuned for that. Then we've got a fabulous competition. Where is it? Loads of yarn to give away. 2 prizes. 5 hanks each of that, 5 hanks each of this. So that's good. Hopefully someone will win. Then we're going to talk about the Wonder Woman wrap. Then after that, when we go into the white section, we've got the gallery. Can't wait to show you all those pictures. Then we've got a massive fabric sale. Stuart's given us 20% off a fabric called Grunge, which, would you believe, it sounds terrible, is all in my dress. There, the fabric Grunge there, and all up here too. There's a good sale there, though I think he's been a bit mingy with the old sale price, so I think we're going to get on there and up it. Don't you think, Fizz? she'll say so. And then we've got from 9 o'clock onwards for the last half hour, the blue section. Oh yes, we had to have Lavenham Blue. It's up for pre-order, and I know many of you have been asking about it. And then of course, because this is a wool and fabric shop, we better talk about it really. We've got the knitting and crochet charts where you can see what's hot and what's not. I'm often in the charts. Number 1, I think I'll find. So, without further ado, let's go into my dress and show you off this amazing work that has been in the making, I would say since February, when we knew about the coronation coming up and we started to plan it. So, all I've got to do now is hit a button, and I think it's this button here. Enjoy. Oh, no, silly me. That's not the button. That was when I was doing the stand-in for Cammy. You see, this is why I'm here really, because it goes back many, many years when me and Cammy were little ones. We were good friends. So that picture was last week when I had the stand-in for her because she wasn't available and I had to go onto the balcony. Oh no, this is what we were wanting at home with Bunting.
I shiver inside, doesn't show, but my nerves are inside out. It's because you're not worth less than perfection. Ooh, thought it was in my hands, now I'm all confused, turning gold into sand. Don't know what you do to me. All I know is you can take my breath away. Yeah, 'cause when you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I planned, the things I would say, now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, 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 and all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh, sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hand, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is let you know that when you touch my hand, it all just goes away. The things I plan to say, oh baby, what I am trying to do is let you know that when you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I plan, the things I would say, now I give you. Ooh, ooh, it sounds so stupid now. What I am trying to do, what I am trying to do, what I am trying to do is say I love you.
We're on. Oh. Oh! You caught me with a bit of a drink. Oh, Fizz, I told you. The problem is to say with all this time delay. Excuse me. But what did you think of Bunting Hall? Isn't it wonderful? Yes. Oh dear, I've had many a fun day there over the time. But those shoes, let me show you those shoes. What a heel, eh? Oh dear. Now, there are many of you chatting away, but I'm afraid I've got this button thing here that my friends from America helped me out with. Chip, hello, Chip. Hello, Chip. Darling, he's a son, he is. Oh, and Fizz, they tell me to push buttons. I like to push other buttons, not these buttons. But I can't seem to get everyone's chat up. And I'm afraid I might press a wrong button there. But, oh, no, that's a good button to press. There they are. That's Chip and Aaron. I'm feeling the fantasy. God save this queen. Oh, dear, you make a lady blush. And I think I saw a message from Rob earlier too. Robert, where are you? Is it lady? No, it's miss. And there is reasons for that, but I won't go into it now. But anyway, let me tell you about this dress. It started out February that they were planning this, that Stuart wanted to do something for the Coronation, you see. And he is in a group, a sewing group, a fabulous sewing group of people everywhere on a Saturday where they sew. And they do patchwork, and they were working on a project. Now, he has left me this book. You should see the state of this study. I mean, nothing like mine. Here we go. There. 100, should I say, modern quilt blocks. And they were sewing away, and he was going to make a quilt for the window, because you know he has this shop in Long Melford, a lovely wool town in Suffolk, where he has a fabric and wool shop. And what he was going to do was do something for the window. Now, the Jubilee last year, he did a wool display. Well, then he thought, well, he's got to have a fabric display this year. But then it suddenly came out from chat that rather than making a quilt, why not make a dress for Bunting, for me? What a beauty he is. So it was in the window of the shop last week. We had many fittings on the way, and it will go back into the window, and then it might end up at Bunting Hall. Rob, sadly, I don't think the V&A, no, it's too good for them, really. But anyway, let me show you what had happened. So here are all the patchwork pieces from the book. And to make it into the dress, he made strips too. I don't think you can see those. Oh, I might have to, there. Oh, do. Oh, get everyone's blood racing. He made pieces. Oh, that's it, I can hear you, Fizz. Yes, okay. Oh, we've got to rush. Oh, right. Oh, yes. She's cracking that whip. And what he then did was pass them over to Colin Couture. Now, I don't know if you know Colin. Phenomenal craftsman he is. He lives in the village too of Long Melford. And then Colin pieced it all together to not only make this wonderful corset top, but then the dress that you saw with all those frills in it too. All based on Fizz, yes, producer Fizz's designs. She drew the sketches in February, and poop, before you know it, there it is. A beautiful dress for Bunting. Wonderful, isn't it? So, absolutely thank you, Colin. Thank you, Fizz. This journey, and also the Saturday Sewing Group. Stuart absolutely loved sewing those patchwork pieces and cracking that whip and racing with Fizz to try and get the blocks all done in time. I think they're going to do another project soon. So there we are. That's the story behind Bunting's dress. Don't you just love my wonderful jewellery too? Right, so now, the Coronation. Who watched it? Let us know in the comments if you did. I know it's not for everyone. No problems with that at all. Just a good chance for a big boogie and knees up too. But if you did watch it, it was wonderful. I was there, yes, as Cammie's friend. I was doing bits and pieces, and then I rushed back up to Norfolk today, ready for the show. But the crown was magnificent, and I don't know whether you know much about the crown, but I will tell you shortly. So get ready for this next stage, which is guess the weight of the crown, not guess the year. Now, hopefully, if I get it right, I'll press the right button too. So, what do you think, everyone? Guess the weight of the crown. Now, we are all metric here, so it's in kilograms, so you might have to sort that out. I don't know much about pounds, but I could probably have a guess, but try and keep it in kilograms. So, here is St Edward's crown. It literally is put on his head for the coronation moment. And then, after a bit of communion and something else, he then changes to the state imperial crown. And that one's not used ever again until the next coronation. So wasn't it lovely to see it? So what we want you to do now, which is what I think is right, Fizz, isn't it? Do people put that in the chat, don't they? They put it in the chat how much it weighs. So pop it in the chat how much it weighs, and you have a minute, and I'll put the messages on the screen if I press the right button. Here we go. Oh, the messages are coming in already. Oh, right. There we go. Oh, let's put it there. Oh, what did I say? Kilograms. So, 30 seconds left, everybody. Oh, good guess, Rosalind. Trying kilograms. Annie, have you been on the sauce? That's heavy. Let's try and get a few more in. Oh, well, this won't mind. I'll just keep pressing the buttons. 23 kilograms. Oh, Margaret. Oh, hello, Margaret from London. Did you have a good one too? Did you have all the bunting out? Ah, right, there we go. So, an array of weights, some very, very heavy. Can you imagine that on the king's head? Ooh. The answer is, are you ready? 2.07 kilograms. Let's have a quick squiz and see who was probably closest. Margaret, 2.2. Annabelle, 2.2. Who else do we see there? Just having a quick look. 2.2. James. Oh, so many. Yes, I think it's about £5, if my maths is correct. So there we go. Oh, quite a few. Oh, yes, look. Margaret, yes, spot on. Oh, dear me. Right, there we go. Right, so into the red section. Ooh, isn't this fun? So, competition time. I'm going to just check my notes. We have a winner. Well, oh, no, I've actually got... Sorry, Fizz, what was that? 2 winners, yes. Let's just do that. 2 winners. Well, we could make it 3. 3? Well, 2 winners then. Now. Fizz, no. We'll skip that. I think I've already talked about that, Fizz, anyway. Oh, I forget you can hear that too. Oh, brilliant. So, competition. This lovely yarn. Now, if you've watched Stuart's show before, especially when he does Tube Dudes, when he does that show, all these dudes get together and they do a competition. And he thought, well, it's the Coronation to thank you viewers for watching, you've got to have a competition too. So here's our competition. And it literally is to thank you viewers for watching. It will close 2 hours after, which is midnight tonight. So it is literally only for you, to thank you for tuning in and watching, for staying up or hitting that notification or remembering to watch. Really appreciate it. All helps the shop, he says. Oh, I'll just do a little lift there. So the competition, and I have a button to press here. There we are. So this competition is guess the phrase, and if you know what that means, it's kind of like an anagram. The letters. Oh. Checking my monitor. Yes, Fizz. Yes, I shall move over. They're all muddled up. You're going to see random letters dotted about throughout the show. Cunning. I like that idea, Fizz. Means they've got to watch the whole show, doesn't it? Sorry about that, everyone. You've got to stay till 9:30. But then there we are. That hopefully will fly by. It's 8:20 already. So the letters will come up randomly throughout the show, and it will make a particular phrase. Now, little tip, it is about the coronation, isn't it? So there we are. That helps a bit, doesn't it, too? So if you collect all the letters throughout the show, resort them to make a well-known phrase or cry, and then after the show, pop on the old Google Forms that Fizz will put in the chat. Don't worry, we don't collect your names for an email list. You're not going to be spammed. It's literally just so I can then email you the winner when we pick 2 winners, or did we say 3? Oh, I'm just giving it all away. 2 winners for the show. And as I say, we've got a spectacular prize. We have some hand-dyed Countess Ablaze. Oh, do I do it like this? Now, I don't, if you know about Countess Ablaze, was a fabulous indie dyer a few years back. She has since stopped. So this is now like unique, special. You can't get any more of it. And we have 5 hanks of each colour. See, all ready for you. Oh, I'm like, oh dear. And it's all there. So 2 winners could win this prize. And we're going to start you off now. And I press this button here. So we're going to give you the first 4 letters. Write them down because you're not going to see them again. And then start collecting and working it out. And then you could fill that form in, and then you could win. Yes, I see, Fizz. Yeah, yes, I see that coming up. Yes, just put it there. These there. Yes, 2 people. 2, no more. I'll get told off, won't I? So the first 4 letters are there. Right, let's move on then. I press that. Oh, no, I press that. There. So now this is a knitting show and a fabric show, so we better talk about knitting, haven't we? Because I'll get told off. So now, keeping with the red, white and blue theme, we love a superhero. Pop it in the chat. Who's your favourite superhero in the red, white and blue theme? Pop it in the chat. Do I have to pop it in the chat, Viz? Do I pop it in? Superman. There we go. I've popped it in the chat. Who is your favourite superhero? If you can't pop it in the chat, shout it out. Girls in the Veta household, Annabelle. Yes. Anyone else staying up? Bethany there? Yes. Shout it out. Who's your red, white and blue one? Because I have for you here a Wonder Woman shawl. And Bunting is going to show it to you. Look at that. A fabulous knit, and do you know what's even better? It's free. A free download on, what was it, Fizz? Ravel, a free download on Ravel. And look at that. And do you know what's good about this as well? Fizz producer knitted this. Isn't that just wonderful? It's a free download, and let me show you some pictures. Oh, Fizz, what button do I press? Page 2. Okay. Ah, there we are. There, look at that. And there's the pattern for Ravelry. Oh, that's right. I thought I said it wrong earlier. So, there we go. It's done in fingering. Okay. 4-ply. I'll just say that. And it takes 2 hanks. So fabulous. And Fizz, this is wonderful. It's a bit hot. I should just take it off there. Oh. But yes, isn't that wonderful? Actually, I think Fizz. Oh, yes. Yeah, look at that. And you could do it in any colours. And, oh, we've got some messages here. Oh, right. Oh, this is funny. Natasha, that is funny. Oh, you're someone of my time. Yes. Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy. What have we got? Spider-Man. Oh, and another Spider-Man. Oh, James. Oh, what's James written now? I've got to read this. Tough one. It's a tie between Henry Cavill Superman and Jason. Oh, I think it's Aquaman. Captain Britain, of course. Red, white, and blue. Oh, and what a superhero she is. You should have been here for the technical rehearsal. Oh, dear me. And he said it was only going to take 2 hours. Well. And what else? Oh, yes, Annabelle. No, yes, Henry Cavill's Superman. So wonderful. So there we go. A wonderful free pattern. You can do it anything. Absolutely anything. I know it said on there what 4-ply weight to use. But Stuart's left a note here. Is that on there? Yes. You could do it anything. You could do it in any weight yarn or an acrylic too. And I think actually this is one. You did this in an acrylic too. Is that right, Fizz? Yes. There we are. Oh, right. My favourite bit coming up now. Yes, it's the gallery. Yes. Now, but Stuart told me about this and said there's this feature where they put in things to show off. Well, I thought, brilliant, let's do the gallery. So I can't wait to show you this. So let's now go into Jubilee's gallery. Here we go. First picture at Cammie's wedding. Look, such a lovely day. I love those colours, but I wanted a bit of brightness. Oh, and there I am there too. That was fun, standing. Though, I think I was just texting you. Oh, and Penny! Wasn't that wonderful, Doc? I was following her most of the time, actually, because they had... What? Hang on. What? This is the wrong gallery. It should be finished up... What a... sorry. Oh, that gallery of everyone's makes. Oh, why didn't you say? Okay, I'll press that button. Here's the gallery. Now I understand, darlings. Oh, wonderful work. Aren't you all a talented bunch? Now, I don't often wear socks, but I have to say, James, those socks were fabulous. And the two different colourings. How did you do that? One with the coloured stripy thing and then the one with the solid. Brilliant. Have to say, though, I was too busy looking at Miss Jaffa for most of it. What a darling puss. So, we're into the white section. And what I want to do is just to wake you all up a bit, because I know the gallery is a little bit slow, isn't it? But I just check on my screen. We've still got 32 people out watching. Wonderful. So, when I say Jubilee, you say Bunting. Jubilee? Jubilee? When I say Jubilee, you say Bunting. Jubilee? Jubilee? Wonderful. Right. We better get on with the show, haven't we? Let's just check the schedule and see what's next. We have a lot of paper. Normally I can look at the script on screen. There we go. Yes, grunge. Oh, and well done, Fizz. Yes. Yes, giving out the instructions of what to do. Just check on the live there for photos for future shows. It would be wonderful. We love looking at them. Yes. There's even some people in the chat. This is wonderful. Now this has made my day. I can hear you all saying it. Bunting, 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 as well as typing it. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's good to see. So you're all out there. I haven't put you off just yet, have I? So, anyway, the grunge. Stuart's left a note here saying we are going to have a selling of grunge and to have 20% off. 20%? Well, that's a bit stingy, isn't it? Do you think we could do better than that? He won't mind, will he? No. No, what should we do? Fizz, can we put it to 30%? Because he's making tea and coffee down at the village hall. He won't know, will he? Should we do 30%? I think let's go higher. Should we be like Brucey Forsyth? Yes? I can all hear you. Come on, shout it. Yes, come on. Shall we go one up even more? Yes, higher, higher. 40%. Fizz will sort it on the computer. She's very clever like that. 40%. Let's go up. He's basically got to get rid of the grunge anyway. I don't know whether you watched the last live where he explained all about it. Basically, the fabric's just got to go. He's used a lot of the grunge already, as you saw here in this wonderful piece of work. Look at all this, look. So he's used an awful lot of the grunge, but basically he wants to get rid of it because he wants more wool. You know Lavenham and Hadley. Oh, speaking of Hadley, Teresa and Gavin are in the house, are they? Let's hear you shout. Are you in the chat, Teresa and Gavin, or are you watching? Or have you got the old transistor radio on and tried to listen through that? Hadley is a wool town, and as you know, Teresa and Gavin have Yarn Works. It's spelt with an X. It's one of those trendy ways. Yes. Yarn Works in town now. They used to be out on the estate, you know, one of those industrial units with a wonderful shop, but now they've moved into town, into the centre of Hadley, which is a wool town. Yes, and it's a beautiful shop. So we've got Hadley, he's going to have a visit. We've got Hadley, Clare, Sudbury, Long Melford and Lavenham, 5 wool towns. And as you know, I'm a big champion of making our... Oh, not me. Stuart is a big champion of sourcing fleece. And he's left me some. I think it's why it's a bit smelly in here. Look, and this is what we've got to show you I mean, it's a bit like at the moment, but he wants to do more wool basically. So the fabric's got to go. So what better way than giving it to you at a reduced price to shift it on out. 40% off grunge. And there is loads in stock. Well, perhaps not red, white and blue because I'm wearing most of it. But Fizz will drop the link in the chat. Don't go now. It will be open for probably a day, I would say. Hopefully it's there. I forgot. He might have done it before he left. But if not, I'll speak to him and say to keep it for a couple of days, because basically it's just got to go. And I'm sure it will now at 40% off to help it's on its way. So just watch out for the link. Have a look on there. Don't fully understand it, but if you see it... a little pull. If you see it and it's not there, then just wait because it will be there probably by tomorrow. I'll make sure to it. Right, so that's the grunge. Let's just have a little wee break because for once, I believe, we're still on schedule, eh? How good is that? Apparently it doesn't happen often. So why don't we have a look at the chat for a little bit? Oh, yes. As Bruce used to say, and a cuddly toy. Oh, such days they were. Oh, Mandy is on. Hello, Mandy. Stuart told me you might be watching. Good to see you. Mandy, Stuart's left me a note here. Mandy knits for the shop as well as Irene, and Stuart has said to tell the audience, if Mandy is on, to let them know that she has sorted out a smaller version of the Botanic shawl. So watch. Let's just read off the paper. So watch for June. She sorted it out for a smaller version of the Botanic shawl. So rather than having 2 Zauber balls and 5 balls of 4-ply, you could do it out of 1 Zauber ball and 3 balls. Oh, Mandy, that is wonderful. So more wool. Yes, I think Stuart's going to do more Lavenham blue. He's going to do more of blue and commercial too, so more yarn for him. That means he has to work harder because I think all he does at the moment is like work 4 days. I know. He has Monday and Tuesdays off as well as Sunday. And what's this? Annabelle says, Rosalind, oh, is Rosalind watching too? All 3 of you. Rosalind wants to know if we can keep Miss Jubilee Bunting. Oh, Rosalind, I'm afraid you can't. No. I have to go back to Bunting Hall and you probably won't see me for a very, very, very long time. Probably till the next Coronation, when I'll come out again and put all the bunting up. Right, who's up for a game? Yes, we've done a lot of talk now. A new game. And now, Jubilee has invented this game. I thought it'd be very good. So stand by for this. It is called Where Was I? Yes, a brand new game. So it might take some explaining first, but whoa, we've got 20 minutes. I think we're ahead of schedule, eh? So it's a game of Where Was I? And I'll explain all about it after this. Whew. Right. If you want to get a bit of paper, you can do. If not, you can just do it by shouting out. So everyone can play this. Okay, so everyone ready? I'll explain. So, where was I? Now, it starts with 7 questions. The first question, very, very vague. And then more questions will come about to explain where I was. Until you get to the 7th question, which is very, very blatant. So basically, you're going to get it. But are you going to get 10 points? Or are you going to get 70 points? Or are you there with a fluke guess going to get 1,000 points? Okay, we'll just do a little test, and we'll see. So here, I'm just going to push some buttons. So everyone just have a fluke guess first of all. This is our pretend game. So Jubilee has a fluke guess at Broadway. Okay, that's before we've even heard any of the questions. So now I hear the first question. I was at a very famous monument. Ooh. Very famous monument. Statue of Liberty? No. I'm going to guess the Eiffel Tower. Then you get the next question. Now, if you want to, you can stick with Eiffel Tower for 70 points. But if you fill in the next answer, it means you would get 60 points. So think very carefully before you fill in. So I hear the next question and the next question and think, I'm going to change it. So it's Leaning Tower of Pisa. I then listen to question 5. I think it's still Leaning Tower of Pisa. I hear question 6. Oh, yes, I definitely think it is. And then I hear question 7. This monument is on the hub. Oh, definitely. And it is Leaning Tower of Pisa. So in this test, I would have got 40 points. Everyone ready? Here we go. Let's just clear the screen. So, question 1 of the real Where Was I at the Weekend? I could already see some guesses, fluke guesses coming up. Natasha, Westminster Abbey, you could well be. Jan, Buckingham Palace. James, fluke's guess at Nelson Column. Annie, Buckingham Palace. Another Nelson Column. Ooh, round the Marble Arch. Right, let's go for it then. Question 1, let's play. I was somewhere in the capital of England. What are you going to go for? You going to change it? Question 2. I was in an area that has been used for a variety of reviews, parades and ceremonies since the 17th century. Remember, if you change your guess, it means you're with those points. So think carefully before you commit. I can hear you shouting out. What do the Veta girls say? Rosalind, what have you gone for? Or Robert? Trafalgar Square? Question 3. The entrance to St James's Park was in front of me and the Thames behind me. Maybe some of your answers are ruled out now and you have to change. So that might be a 50-pointer for some of you. James. Oh, another one says. Okay. Question 4. So this would be 40 points if you got it correct at this stage. Beach volleyball was hosted here during the 2012 Summer Olympics. Well, being 6'5", I played in beach volleyball, and sadly I got an injury because I was in the team for the 2012 Olympics, but I couldn't play, sadly, so I had to watch this time. So, start with question 5. I wonder if any fruit guesses have got it. Maybe it'll be interesting to see. Fizz can keep an eye out. Oh, I don't know whether you know the answer actually, Fizz, do you? We didn't do it in the rehearsal, did we? Question 5. Number 10 Downing Street was right next to me. Literally, over there. I think we're ahead of schedule, Fizz. Natasha, Horse Guards Parade, and Bertie and Poppet here, Horse Guards Parade. Ooh, keep them coming. Was that your 30-pointer for some of you? Question 6. Horses. I saw 2 mounted cavalry troopers at the King's Life Guard. Wonderful. Oh, Bethany says Horse Guards Parade. Whitehall. Feeling very warm from some of you. For 10 points then, the really, really blatant answer question. This ceremonial parade ground is the scene of Trooping the Colour, the King's official birthday in June. So everyone should hopefully have 10 points. Shall we see what the answer is? The answer is yes. Horse Guards Parade. There we are. Stuart's even put a map in there too, so you can double check. Well done. Did you get it right? And at what point? If you're in the chat, drop in the chat 50 points, 40 points, 30 points, 20 points, whatever you got. I think James, I saw that pop up. Did you get that at 50 points or 40 points? I don't think, looking at the chat, I feel like Eurovision. California, come in, California. Did anyone get the fluke 1,000 points? I don't think they did, but many were close. Many were close, especially with Whitehall 2. We got 40, you got 40. Bravo, girls, bravo. Margaret, did you? 60. And James, 60. Fabulous. And those people who aren't in the chat, what did you get? Did you get it? Did you beat the person sat next to you? Did they come up with a silly answer and you're like, that was stupid? Well done. Oh, that was not too bad. And we still have 32 people watching. You haven't turned over to watch something else. We didn't put you off. If it works, I think I'll say to Stuart, you should put it in the next show. But it wouldn't work with Where's Jubilee, so it'd probably have to be Where's Stuart, wouldn't it? Right, well there we are. So, let's take a look then of what's to come, everyone. And I just need to press there. What's to come? Fizz is going to be dropping it in the chat, but I've got a little teaser to show you. and the Lavenham blue, which I know many of you are very excited about. And I'll show you again. Smells like I'm in a sheep's pen. Whew, dear. But show you that, and I've got a script here and tell you all about it. So with a few minutes before we go to that, and I thought I would go to the chat to see what you're talking about and have a little slow down. Fizz says James Curtis was first with 60 points in the chat, but many of you probably got that even from home. You're not in the chat. And Mandy, sorry, darling. Big fat 0. Oh dear. Well, that's the beauty of the game, isn't it? Margaret, yes, and Natasha got 40 points too. Wonderful. So, in the chat, if you can, or at home, what did you do for the coronation, if you did anything at all? Did you watch it from your TV? I know Stuart closed the shop. Could you believe that? Yes. As I say, and he doesn't work Monday or Tuesdays either. And then he had Saturday off. Closed the shop to watch it. Did you go round some friends to watch it? Stuart told me a story of when Wills and Kate got married. They went round, all the teachers got together in his teaching days, and they all dressed up. Isn't that fun? Did you do anything like that? Did you get dressed up and go round a group of friends? Did you watch it on the big screen? Did you even go down there? And because if you went round there, you would have seen me. And what just interesting to talk about was Penny Mordaunt. What did you think of her dress? Her outfit? She was a stunner. And there were some stunning dresses there, but it was Penny's for me which caught my eye. I can't remember the designer's name, but what I do remember is the exquisite embroidery. And I was chatting with Stuart about this because I know he talks to you a lot about couture work and his work with the lovely Carol Elaine, the master tailor couturier. And Carol does a lot with Hand and Lock embroidery in London. Well, it was Hand and Lock that did the embroidery for Penny's hat piece and there. Exquisite. And also, did you see the embroidery work on Cammie's coronation outfit? At the bottom, did you see the 2 Jack Russell embroidery? Oh, if you didn't, Google it. I think that's what they say. Google it and take a look. It is exquisite. A little nod to what they do, because they were 2 rescue dogs, weren't they? And it was wonderful. And Carol was telling me she couldn't say live before the show. She was doing a lot of work for the coronation in the uniforms. And I know Charles was saying that he didn't want to spend too much money on it, but some uniforms were made. Obviously, the ciphers had to be done. But what was an interesting little thing was they didn't put buttons on everything, new buttons that had his siphon on. He said, no, we'll keep Queen Elizabeth's buttons on there until they fall off, and then we'll replace them. So that was fascinating. So let's have a look. Mandy says, oh dear, you have to do housework. Oh, did you not have it on in the background? Oh, Natasha! Hyde Park rain. It was drizzy, wasn't it? It was really drizzy, that weather. Was it on a big screen in Hyde Park? Because obviously I was in Westminster. Ah, right. James, what did James do? Oh, sat at home watching it on the telly, lovely, and knitting on the latest clue for a mystery knittle on, making rude comments about them. Just press that. Carol, up at 4:30 a.m. to watch Home here in the States. Oh, see, I forget forget where you all are. James, you're in New Zealand, I remember that. But oh, wow, good on you, Carol. Yes, it was. It was awesome, wasn't it? Absolutely. Oh, well, there we are. Nice little chat. Do you know, we don't often get time like this to talk to you all. Lovely. When I'm at home in Whackton, in Bunting Hall, it is just often me and my pussycat. So it's lovely to be able to talk to you all here. And it's getting close to the top of the hour. And we'll then talk to you all about Lavenham Blue. Oh, wonderful wool town it is. Oh, was that a cork just popped, Fizz? She's started early already. I think I need a quick swig of something. Oh, James has just messaged. I can hear from the delay. It's popped up. Here in the colonies, it was late at night. I popped on the family tiara and watched on telly. The fly past happened at 1:30 a.m. Oh, wonderful. And wasn't it? Well, it was a bit of a damp squib, really, wasn't it? Because of the rain. So we were only allowed to have the helicopters that passed, but we still had the red arrows, didn't we? Right, it's 9 on the nose here. I'm gibbering away too much, but guess what? We're bang on schedule, aren't we? Here we go then, everyone. Here is the latest for Lavenham Blue. And I know many of you are wool fans and you want an update. Well, here it comes. And it is a long one. It's about 4 minutes. We've rehearsed this twice already. With Stuart explaining everything about the 2023 collection, Wensleydale.
Let's get loud, come on, lose control. Got to live on the
Here it is.
Come on, shine a little tonight.
This is how it comes from the mill. See if I can hold. Oh, there you go. There you go. Right. Can you see that lustre? So Wensleydale is renowned for its lustre, a shine, a sheen, and it's there. And it's wonderfully sheepy and wonderfully soft. Compared to last year's collection, which was Rylands and Cheviot mix, this is positively, this is like a merino soft in comparison, but beautiful. And let's try and find one hank. There. Look at that. It's a beautiful spring day here. Coming up to May, finally got some warmth. And look at that shine. So what I've got to do now is literally count how many hanks I've got. No idea. When you send fleece off to the mill, some of it just can't be used. So you have no idea how much you're really going to get back. They give you a percentage idea. So I don't know how many hanks we've got, but this is 4 ply. So what I'll have to do now is go through, count every hank, so I can then work out a cost per hank. I'm hoping I've got about 70 to 90 hanks here. And there's our first 5. So this last one, empty box, there was only 4 on that, so I'm going to put 2 cable ties so I know that's not a complete 5. So let's leave that to the side. Let's start counting.
Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit when we go for more. We can shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight.
Aura, 89 hanks. So 89 hanks plus the slither. So let's talk to you about that. So this is the sliver, even though I want to say slither. The reason why I've got this is because the quality wasn't good enough. If there's loads of poo in it, if they have got lots of debris because they've been really living wild and, I don't know, ruffling up against trees or barbed wire fences and so forth, and you have to sort that out. I think there's a layer called skirting, so you skirt the fleece first to pull out all that stuff. Well, if there's a lot of fleece that are full of rubbish, then of course ultimately that's going to impact on how much yarn you get out of it. And that's what the spinning mill said, what Paul said. But rather than chuck it, which can often happen, and me just being left with 89 hanks, Paul was able to card it, that is then up for spinning for hand spinners, or you know, people who want to spin at home. Could be good for felters who want to felt, and I can then dye in the wool and then sell it to spinners. The most important thing is it's got used and it's being turned into something rather than it being buried and burned. The farmer's got his money, the mill has got his money, it's all going in. I will get my money when you pay for me, and then you get something absolutely unique. Well, look at Stuart there. All organised, coronation, red, blue, and the white of the yarn. Wasn't that a doll? Ugh. Oh, speaking about a doll, did anyone have their eyes on the King's equerry? What was his name? Major Jonathan Thompson? Let us know in the chat. So, Lavenham blue. Now, he did tell me about this when he popped over to the hall last week. I did kind of glaze over at one point, but I shall do my best to show you. Now, he's left me the 4 out of the 89. So this is the 4. Because he said, Jubilee, please show it on screen because the luster is something to be admired. So I think I can see it. It's kind of like my jewellery. So this is, and do I go back? Yes, it's in focus there. Shall I just get up? There we go. Did I tell you about my dress? Shall I do a proper twirl? Did I tell you that Colin made it so I can hold it up? Just take my shoes off. It's like a can-can dress. Look. All the frills there. So I can hold it up too. Anyway, I'm sorry. We need to be doing yarn. There. How beautiful is that? Apologies if you got a good look. Sorry, everybody. Look at that. Now, I can actually see what he was saying. There is a luster there of the yarn. Wonderful. Oh, I need to... Sorry, everybody. Let's just refocus. There. Did you notice? Oh, that's what was in the window for the Jubilee. But anyway, yes, it is just beautiful. Just have to read his list. 4 ply, and it's woolen spun. And I think he's probably told you this before, but it's woolen spun, which means, I have to read this, the fibres are kind of going everywhere. So therefore it's an airy, lofty yarn. And I suppose, yes, I see what he's saying there. Some yarns, some of my merinos, for example, you can see all the fibres going in one direction. So that would make a very neat yarn. I can see what he's saying here. The woolen spun, it perhaps wouldn't be very crisp as a jumper, but it is wonderfully fluffy. And in Whackton, where I am in Bunting Hall, I do have some sheep actually, I've got the Herdies. Have you heard of the Herdies? Yes, Herdwick yarn. You get a lot of them up in the Lake District, but it still smells of sheep, everybody. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, let's just do that. Let's get that back there. There we go. So, one hank. Where's this bit of paper that he had? Oh, there it is. This is what we got back from the mill, apparently. One hank has 420 yards to it, which I think is a lot. Is that a lot? You all know because you're all knitters. But anyway, he says the pre-order is open, and that's for people who want to get it no matter what. I know many of you out there, he said, are just fans of it. So it's a case of you booking your place. And over the coming weeks, he'll dye it all, and then he'll email you to say it's ready. And then, would you like a light colour? Would you like a dark colour? Many people have said, I don't care, I just want some Lavenham blue. And I know he told me you're such supporters of it. And he said the YouTube family are the people who find out first. No one else knows about this at all. Walking customers to the shop, yes, they get a little bit more news, but otherwise the YouTube audience do, and we very much appreciate that. That's what he says here. Is that right, Fizz? Yes. Oh, is that what he told you? To thank everyone? I just did. Yes. Fizz says to thank you all for watching as always, and for investing in the shop, whether that's your time for watching or whether that is from purchasing. Now, speaking of that, yes, I can see it written down here, Fizz, yes. Keep cracking that whip, keeping me up to date. She also said to say thank you to the W'ers. In the chat there, some people have got W's. Is that right? I'm scrolling, Fizz, I'm scrolling. Yes, you'll see a W, I can see it. That means they've subscribed to the channel, and not only have they hit the subscribe button, which means you get up to date with notifications, they've joined the channel. And Stuart, would you believe, yes, he's done another pre-record, and that's what we're going to end the show with. He's just going to say a few little words to you about perhaps joining the channel. It's like coming into the shop to buy a ball of wool once a month, and that's it. And especially if you're not local, but you still want to support local yarn shops for the next time you visit, maybe. James, I hear you might be coming from New Zealand to the UK. It would be lovely if you stopped off by, if it was on your route. Let us know. But yes, the idea is that you could subscribe and join the Woolpatch online, and then your $4.99 or however much it is just goes out a month. Just see it like a ball of wool. I think it's a wonderful idea. So he's going to pop up at the end of the show. Now, how are we doing for letters? Have all the letters been flashing up? Have you seen them? I think we've got a few more letters to go. Is that right, Fizz? You should be waiting for 3 more letters. They'll be coming up soon because we've only got 15 minutes left together, everybody. Can you believe that? That's nearly 90 minutes. 90 minutes. And we've still got the top 10 to come. Shall we do the top 10, Fizz? Yes, it's top 10 time. So, the top 10 charts. This is like Top of the Pops, is it, Fizz? Oh. Just listening to her. Oh, I see. It's the top 10 patterns of Oh, it's Ravel again. It's Ravel. Oh, this seems to be a popular place, isn't it? The top 10 knitting patterns on Ravel and the top 10 crochet patterns on Ravel. Right, okay, everyone. Well, we shall take a look at that. Is it like the charts, you know, Top of the Pops, when like somebody's number 1 for 16 weeks? You know, like, who was it? It was that film from Robin Hood, wasn't it? Ooh, look into my eyes, you will see. What was that song? 16 weeks. Is it like that, Fizz? Oh, it is. Oh, watch out. Fizz says to watch out for the ranunculus. Oh, has it been in the charts a lot? Oh, must be a good pattern. I need to look out for that one. Well, stand by, everybody, then. The knitting charts is just about to come. I need to press a button on my button thing. Here we go. Technical issue. Ah, here it is. The knitting charts, top 10. Here we go, everyone. Oh. Oh, right. The Sophie scarf, number 1. Have I seen that in the charts before? I don't know, because I don't watch the charts, the knitting charts. Let me know in the chat if you've seen the Sophie scarf in the charts. Have you even knitted it? Is it still number 1? Don't know. Did you see anything you liked there? I don't know. What about crochet? And I know many of you out there crochet. Annabelle, she is a crochet fanatic over Toft. Shout out if you're a Toft fan. It's a wonderful British brand, but it's crochet round and round in circles a lot of the time, according to making feet. Is that right, Fizz? Yes. And Fizz is now telling me, and arms. Oh, and you interchange it according to the animal you make or person you make. But yes, Stuart says Annabelle loves the crochet. So, okay. So, Annabelle, you will like this. I'm sure many others will too. This is the crochet top 10 charts. Oh, there we are, and another change of scenery. We're into the last 10 minutes. So we've had our red, white and blue section, and we're now in the union section. Oh, there we are. The crochet section is done. Now, if you liked any of those patterns there, Fizz has cleverly put it all in the chat. So you can just click on that, go find it on Ravel, and oh, sorry, yes, apparently I've been saying it wrong. Ravelry. Sorry, thank you, Fizz. You can go to Ravelry and you can either purchase it or free download. It's according to whatever the design has set. It's a bit like the shawl, wasn't it? That was a free download, wasn't it? It's all about supporting the designers too, isn't it? Now, as I was sitting back admiring the top 10, I noticed someone in the chat saying, Annie, thank you, Annie. Yes, I have a few Toft crochet books. They're lovely. Oh, wonderful. What I just like from what Stuart was saying, they're just so interchangeable, just very clever. But I know he often moans to me about that type of crochet of going round and round and round. He has to concentrate. He can't have anything talking to him or anything, because he has to do something like, what does he say? Do a round with one, then two increase, then one, then two increase. And I think he finds it all a bit challenging. So there we are, the charts. Oh, right. Oh, look at that down there too. There. You should have your 14 letters of the competition anagram. Jot them all down. Got them all there. And then you can spend some time later and find out what that phrase is. Oh, yes. And then you can enter the competition, because any minute now the entries will be open. Fizz will have dropped the link in the chat. You can go on there and you can fill it in. You don't have to do it now though. You have 2 hours till 11:59. It is just for you. We will ship anywhere. Indeed, it is 2 winners no matter what, because we value your time in watching, especially me today. Love it that you came out. I was a bit nervous at first. I said to Fizz, this is going to be fun, but it also could be a bit of a car crash telly. Oh dear. But you know, it's what it's all about, isn't it? So let me show you again what you could win. This is Countess Ablaze. Temptress, I'm reading. It's Temptress colour, the English Gentleman. It's 50% Blueface Leicester and 50% Massam. DK weight yarn. And Stuart, you're giving that away. It's £15 each. 5, 30, 60, 75. And this one, ooh, soft. This is called What Can I Say It's Bright. No, that's what it's called. What Can I Say It's Bright? It's a funny name, isn't it? Lord of Silk Arran. It's 85% Falkland Merino and 50% Mulberry Silk. Oh, that's Arran weight. I know someone who likes Arran weight. Is Mandy Bouton still online? Yes, she told me many a times, because she's knitted a lot for my mother too. So fill the form in. As I say, it does have a little place for your email there. That's so we can get in contact. And then Stuart and Fizz will draw it live, as always, on the next show. That would be quite funny going back to him, won't it? So there we are. So all your final letters ended. And what do I do when I push this button. Oh, there we go. Competition now open. You have until 11:59 tonight to enter. Winners announced on June. See, look, they've done it all for me. They've got everything there. All I have to do is just turn up and press the buttons. Well, 6 minutes left. That's unheard of. Ahead of schedule, though. Oh, when we were doing the check earlier in the week, that's one thing Fizz kept saying. Follow the schedule, Jubilee, follow the schedule. Well, I think we've done well. Everyone, I think that deserves what I call a high 10. And what that involves is that you at home lifting your hands up nice and high as if to give a high five, but we're going to do a high 10. And I'm going to do it at the same time to say thank you for turning out and watching. There are still 35 people here watching. That means a lot to Jubilee. Absolutely. So ready? Let's do a high 10, everyone. Ka-ching! High 10, it's been a pleasure. So in those last few minutes, let's go to the chat and see what people have done. Have you enjoyed it? I hope it hasn't been too cringy. If you're not near the chat, to you at home watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed meeting Jubilee? If you have, let me know. Shout it out at home. Should we do it one more time? When I say Jubilee, you say Bunting. Jubilee, Jubilee. Oh, wonderful. Let us know. If you want to see more of my dress, I have loaned it to the Woolpatch for all of this week. So when Stuart finally goes back to work on Wednesday, it will be in the window. Shall I do one more stand up and show you? Oh, let's... I'm going to stand on the chair. Oh, I didn't learn my lesson from earlier, did I? It's been wonderful, everybody. Oh, thanks, Fizz. Yes, I've twisted. Let's have one last little chat before we say goodbye. We've got 3 minutes left. Oh, wonderful. Trand, thank you. Annie, thank you very much. Oh, Mary, wonderful. Eurovision, I cannot wait. My tickets, watch out for me because I am there at Liverpool. Yes, indeed. I am going as the royal delegate. Yes. Shame it takes me back to 1981 when I was I was going to sing in it, but sadly I didn't. Well, we'll move on from that. Yes, would be a big button indeed. Robert, I think we need a Christmas panto episode. I hope you don't mean as not as an ugly sister, Robert. We may not be friends very long, you know. Fibre Hustle, congrats, that lipstick made it through the whole trick. Well done. Thank you, my love. Margaret, always a pleasure. Absolutely. Oh, Portia, thanks, Miss Bunting. Interesting for sure. Oh dear, lovely hair and makeup. Thank you for your messages. Oh, wonderful. It's certainly been interesting. A few nightmares have been had, I'm sure. Oh, what is happening? Oh dear. Yes, Gary. Yeah. Perhaps less said. And James will finish off. 3 cheers for Miss Jubilee Bunting. Hip hip hooray. Why, thank you, James. Oh dear, it's been an absolute ball. Right from the first idea back in February when it was thought of doing this evening's show. Never again, I don't think. I can't wait to go back to my bunting hall and relax. It's, yes, I don't think television's for me, what with all these buttons and all these technical things. So, can't wait for Stuart to be back. In fact, I think I've just heard him come in. So I think he's done all the washing up from his volunteering today down at the village hall. So I'm going to leave you in his hands. It's just a little 2-3 minute message about memberships to explain to you what that join button is. So if you've gone to the Woolpatch on YouTube and you see his lovely page, he's made it all red, white and blue. So it would be youtube.com/@the-Woolpatch. YouTube is apparently changing its technology, and you can just type in @the Woolpatch in that bar and you'll find it. When you see that, you'll see subscribe, and then you'll see the join button. And if you've been thinking what that join button is, then Stuart will explain all about it, and then he will finish the show. So that is it from me, everyone, all my fellow Buntings. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Fizz, thank you very much for all your efforts in making this show happen. I know we've had many meetings, some quite long too, but it's been a pleasure. And also the people who helped create this dress, and there are many. There is Colin Couture, Fizz's obviously original designs, and then also my makeup people who've helped. I had it done with Anya helped me, and Ting helped me, because they wanted it all sort of showy and ready for the lights in here, because there are lights everywhere. It's very hot. So thanks to them. So I shall say goodbye and see you at the next coronation. Thank you everyone, and here's Stuart. Oh, someone's hit the join button. Hello. Thank you very much for hitting that join button, and you're probably wondering what it's all about. Well, it's a special area where you can join and support the shop. Now, many of you have said before, I wish your shop was near, I'd pop in, I love all the yarn. And you can't do that because you're miles away. But you want to support the shop because you know how important local shops are to the community. Well, now you can, because you can become a shop supporter, where with a small monthly fee, your support then goes into the shop. See it as like you popping in once a month to buy a ball of wool. So that's what the shop supporter is. It will make a huge difference just for £4.99 a month. Now, what do you get for that £4.99? Well, other than the love of me and my grateful thanks, you get special things. You'll get your special Woolpatch W badge next to your name. So every time you comment on a video, or you join in with the Woolpatch Show live stream, the W will appear next to your name. And people will be going, oh, what's that W? And you could say, well, it's because I'm a shop supporter. So you're something different, and people will know you're a shop supporter, and they will see you supporting and understand you supporting the shop. And as time progresses, that badge changes colour. Yes, I've designed it around the natural dyeing theme. You know me with woad, I'm always dyeing yarn a beautiful blue with natural woad. Well, I decided to use the badges in that same way. So it starts off with linen colour, and it goes through a variety of natural dyed colours until you get to the wonderful blue of indigo woad, and then yes, the final one is the long-term supporter, Woolpatch yellow, which you can see everywhere there, and even on Barbara there behind me in that wonderful patchwork by Producer Fizz. If you watch our lives, you'll know who Producer Fizz is. That is what a shop supporter is. That's what your £4.99 does. And I hope you take the time to join and push that join and fill all the details in and become a Woolpatch channel member. we also get our own little chat that we can do. I can send messages to members only. That could be a good thing for the future. We could have our own lives. How about that? Just for channel members. If I have persuaded you to join the channel, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live, the Woolpatch Live, and I can see your name, see that W badge, and call your name out. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye-bye.